Impact News ki Impact Health Link for a Healthy Manipur program asibu miyeng tabiriba mayambu ahanbada Joyshree Usham na taram nokchari. Masha mawu phage hairabadi wakhal amasung hakchang animak phana thamba tangai fade. Hiramasi matangda akhoi na pujarakliba topic haigadra Shivfit, a complete fitness program asigi matangda akupa marol thambina begidamakta akhoi studio da lengshin duna leiba expert ani asi hariba program asigi co-founders ni Mingoina Panjarabada, Vrinda Mehta, Amashung, Shivovam. Thank you so much, Vrinda, and thank you so much, Shivovam, for taking the time to be with us here today. So, time and again, science, medical science, psychology has proven that it is important to keep both our mind and body healthy to attain overall well-being. But still, many of us in this stress and strain of life, we often neglect either the mind or the physical aspect. So, first of all, we would like to know what is Shivfit program and how Shivfit helps one to attain this overall well-being.
See, one very important thing that you mentioned is mind and body. But what change we are trying to bring in is to make people aware that body and mind are not two separate things. They are one and the same thing. Mind is subtle and body is gross. So if there is issues with the mind, it will infiltrate into your body as some problem. When do you overeat? When you are stressed. When you're stressed. When do people excessively drink and smoke? When they are stressed or they're anxious. So this lack of understanding of thinking that body and mind are two separate things, this has led to the condition we are in today. So we have to address them as a total, yourself as a total entity. You are a mind as well as you are a body, you have emotions. So if you have to approach proper health, you have to go the holistic way. You can't say I will just work out and I'll just eat healthy and everything will be fine. If that was the case, then people would have actually become healthier because there are gyms everywhere. People are watching the diet as much as possible, but there is still more diabetes, there's more hypertension, there's more cardiac diseases, there's more cancer, there's more PCOD. PCOD is such a rage now today. Rage as in it is just spread like wildfire. Every second person, every second woman has PCOD, which is polycystic ovarian disease. All of these are connected with stress. What does stress mean? It simply means you are not in charge of your own thoughts and emotions. Mismanaged thoughts and emotions is what, simplistically if you put it, that's what is called stress. So unless we learn how to manage our minds, the battle with the body cannot be won. So that is where Shivfit, like Shivovam will speak about the body aspect of it, the physical exercise part of it. That is where we combined our forces to make Shivfit a complete package, because one minus the other is not complete, and that is where we are struggling.
So both body and mind are not, they cannot be separated.
They cannot be separated.
So for the mind aspect of your program, since you are in charge of this, I'm going to ask this question. Do you follow any specific school of thought, Western, or is it Indian philosophy that you have applied to achieve this mind, healthy mind?
See, whatever works, I have applied it. And the best part is that the Western philosophy or the Western science is actually proving what the Indian philosophy said a long time back. All the yogic philosophies, not philosophies, they are truths.
Yeah, for example, importance of meditation, now it's accepted by the Western.
Yes. And how long the yogis have been saying that your breath is the key, your breath is the key, the answer lies within. And today science is proving that every single thought that you have changes your entire biochemistry, whether positively or negatively, depends on the kind of thought you're having. But this is a medically proven fact, that our thoughts and our emotions are changing exactly the way we are inside. So now, in fact, I don't think science and spirituality are separate at all, or the ancient wisdom is not separate from modern science. There's somewhere they are merging.
Convergence.
They are. And that is, we're living in very exciting times actually.
Yes.
Because 100 years back, if somebody said that our emotions are having an impact on the water in our system, we would not have believed it. They say, what are you talking about? But now once the science, the very famous water experiment that was done by Dr. Emoto, it's a Japanese doctor who conducted the experiment, that our emotions can change the quality of water molecules lying in front of us. The structuring of the water molecules changes just with your emotions.
The vibe that we give out.
Yes. If you look at water with love, the molecular structure changes.
Okay. And this has been proven?
Yes, yes, yes. Anybody can go and research it. The beautiful crystals will form. And if you look at with anger or hate or jealousy, actually no crystal forms. They're like slush. So once this was observed, then we can only think we are 75% water. More than 70% water our bodies are. So what our own emotions are doing to our system is putting, like if you have disturbed emotions, you fall out of ease. And your body functions best when there is ease in the system. Have you seen the word disease?
Disease?
It's dis-ease. The moment you are out of ease, it is going to have some physical repercussion in the body.
So now, when we have stress or when we have some mental problem, we go to psychiatrists or psychologists for therapy or for medication. Now, what your program is providing, this is to prevent all that, or what kind of?
Yes,
I would like to know what you are actually teaching or
Yes.
doing. Is it treatment, or is it like prevention, or is it maintenance? What is it?
It's prevention and maintenance and treatment, all three of them.
All three of them.
Yes, it's depending on where you're approaching the problem from, at what point. If it is not set in yet, if stress has not become such a big part of your life, then it is prevention. Then otherwise it is maintenance if it's already in. Else, if it is too toxic, then it is cure. So what I teach is understanding what is thought, understanding what is emotion. Thought is not just something randomly happening in your head. Understanding scientifically what is thought and emotion and how it is impacting your worldly life. So if I ask you, what do you have stress about, or what can you have stress about?
It can be any areas, maybe
Mainly
profession.
Four, I'll tell you.
Okay.
One would be your health or your fitness, or how a person looks, or how a person, some health issue somebody might be having. Money. Money has become the biggest reason for stress. Career.
The career would come in money?
No, separate.
No, separate.
You can inherit money, no?
All right.
Yes. There's a lot of clarity which comes after the workshop, and the fourth being relationships. So as a human being, there are these four big elements which are impacting your state of mind and your state of well-being. So just by running on a treadmill, that is important, yes, or just by eating healthy, which is also very important, but just by doing that, these four aspects are not getting resolved. So what the mind program is about manifestation. How to manifest and create these four aspects of your life so that there is no stress. If you want money, there is a science.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you,
No,
but
not
I
at
think
all.
stress is part and partial of life, and like we need to have a little bit of stress or anxiety to make us function, or to make us give that push in our life. But it's when the stress is too much, that it becomes bad for us.
Undue stress. See, stress you have, physical stress you have during working out also. You'll have excitement about something.
That's a
Anxiety is very different than excitement. Both are stresses.
stress. Okay, so healthy stress and unhealthy stress.
Yes. Stress cannot become unhealthy. It gets toxic when something has not happened and something which has happened has been bothering you for some time. Past and the future. Right? Then you stop living the present. So that clarity we want people to have. When you know excitement is great, anxiety beyond a certain point is not, and then what can you do about it? For everything you can't run to a counselor or a doctor. You're fully equipped as a human system. And you said something, stress is a part and parcel of life, but what kind of stress? We should know that. There's something called excitement, there's something called anticipation, there's something which makes you feel good. You need to be aware of what makes you feel good. A lot of people are losing touch with that as well. What makes them feel good? If something is not making you feel good, there are ways to change it. And that is what we teach. What is it that you wish to change? There is nothing that cannot be changed. And anyways, what we say, you learn how to create all this and you let it go. Because happiness is an internal process. It is not dependent on your money or your relationships or your career or how you look. Happiness has nothing to do with all those elements. It is an internal process. It's your chemicals. So you learn to create them at will.
Thank you so much. Now I'll come to Shivovam, since you are in charge for the physical fitness aspect. The first question that I would like to throw upon you is, okay, nowadays people, there are so many videos available online. There are so many gyms around. So you know, they go to they do workout, and you know, in their in their earnest effort to attain the figure or the body type that they want, they even go for crash diet. They don't eat properly, but they work out, and even there are people who are addicted to working out, which gives a negative impact on their body. So what do you say about this?
See, first it's very important to understand why are you doing whatever you're doing. As in, what is the purpose of your workout? A lot of people work out, like you said, to attain a certain body type that they want, or a body or a physique. Again, why do they need that physique? Do they need it for their jobs? Unless you're a TV star or a model, or you need to pose somewhere in bodies or something where you need to flaunt your body, it's not necessary that you push your body that hard. We've forgotten what exercise is really meant for. It's supposed to be a healthy lifestyle. But like she said, today even diet and exercise has become stressful, because like you said, there are so many different types of exercises, so many different types of diets which are there online. Social media, the internet is amazing when it comes to, yes, knowing what's out there. Till a few years back, we would read muscle and fitness magazines because bodybuilding was the only thing. But today, not every single person is the same. There are so many different options for every single person. Somebody would probably like to do Zumba, somebody probably likes to do CrossFit, someone wants to do bodybuilding, someone wants to just go for a walk or do Pilates. There's so many different things out there.
Options.
So in a way, it's good that there is an entire library of different exercises or training modules that you can follow. But then you need to understand what suits your body. Maybe bodybuilding is not for you, maybe CrossFit is not for you, maybe Zumba or yoga is not for you. So in that way, it's really important to understand first what's good for you, and that will again come through your mind.
Yes, I was just about to connect that.
If your mind is preoccupied with the stresses of life, you will even forget what's good for you. Like in so many times you would sit to eat. Today we had this amazing feast, and we were sitting down on the floor and eating. And in our yogic culture, we are meant to sit down on the floor and eat, because when you cross your legs and sit, to a certain extent your stomach is pressed.
Okay.
So it does not let it fill up completely.
We bend a little forward to eat, so it reduces the capacity of the stomach when you're sitting on the floor cross-legged and eating.
So it's
So it
good to eat.
Yes. So it doesn't fill you up. So I was just thinking, I'm like, oh my God, these guys are eating so much with cross-legged. Imagine if they were meant to sit on a chair and eat, they would eat so much more. But see, these are things. Now, when you're aware of these things, you pay more attention to it. So same way your body as well. People aren't aware of what's good for them. They just blindly want to follow it because probably some role model who they look up to is following a certain kind of exercise routine. He's made his body through that, not completely, maybe before he did something else, he took some supplements. Anyways, he got to that position. Now people just want to follow him blindly. Even when we give our workshops, or we tell people, or we give them tips, or we help them out, we say, please don't listen to us blindly. Go home, do your research. Even she says the same thing. Everything that she speaks about in the mind workshop, whether it's the water experiment or whatever it is, Google is there, YouTube is there. Go home, research it. It has to logically make sense to you.
We cannot just follow whatever is available there.
Exactly.
We should choose what is right for us.
Yes.
And
also another thing is, whatever you choose, then please stick to it. At least for 3 to 4 months.
3 to 4 months.
At least.
3
At
months.
least.
So they say it takes 21 days to make a habit, but when it comes to exercise or anything or a habit, it takes at least 12 weeks, which is 3 months, for that to start showing some effect on your body. Whether it's yoga, whether it's Pilates, CrossFit, bodybuilding, whatever it is. Because first month just goes in learning it. The second month you might get better at it. The third month is when you're good at it, and then you can push the intensity of what you do. Like if you're playing tennis, first you will just learn how to play a forehand and a backhand without a ball. Then you'll play it against the wall. Then you'll start with underarm service. So it gradually increases. So whatever you choose, stick to it for at least 3 months.
At least 3 months.
Because people nowadays, they want results, everything so fast.
Yes, you often see
instantly
flat tummy in 1 week, in 2 weeks.
those videos, I mean, okay, no disrespect or anything, but yes, you cannot get abs in 4 weeks. Unless your body type is that, unless you are literally living in the gym. But for the average person who wakes up in the morning, goes to job, 9 to 5 job, has to look after a family or whatever, he cannot spend more than an hour, maximum an hour and a half in the gym. And with that kind of exercise, those kind of results are unrealistic. So choose, do your research, stick to it, give it time, have some patience. Along with your exercise, make sure you're following the right kind of diet. Again, diet wise also, it's the same thing. Everyone's body is so different that rice may affect your body differently. If you see Manipur, only eat rice.
We only eat rice.
And yet you see some really fit people and fit bodies around. Mary Kom, come on, she's from Manipur. The Northeast is known for athletes in weightlifting, boxing, all these sports. Whereas if you go down to Bombay, you will not have people eat that much rice. So everyone's body is different. See what works for you. Follow that for a little bit, and then again the mind aspect of is visualize your goal. How do you want to look? We've done that with a lot of people. She's done that with a lot of celebrities, where they want to attain a certain type of physique. For that, you first visualize the goal, you do the mind workshop, and once you visualize the goal, the right kind of tools will come across your way to get you to that goal faster.
That actually comes to you.
So
including motivation.
So motivation, the right trainer, the right diet, the right working out environment, everything works. So it's a combination of a lot of things that people tend to forget. They focus, just like you said, they're addicted to working out. I'm addicted to working out. I love working out. Whenever I go anywhere, I make sure there's a gym somewhere. But again, it's what am I doing? Why am I doing it? This is again my job. I need to look a certain way. I need to live a certain way. And I've been like this from the age of 5. I've been a national level swimmer. So it's not that I've just got addicted to working out 2 years back or something. I've been like this. It's part of my life. So I live in the gym.
It's a part of his profession as well. So people go for work for 8 hours. He probably lives in the gym for 8 hours.
So it's easier,
not working out for 8 hours, but he's in the gym.
So it's easier for me to put in 2 workouts or 3 really quick small workouts.
But what we want for people to understand, addiction is again a very mismanaged mind.
Addiction can be anything. It can be intoxicants or even working out.
I'll
come back more
that's very
to that.
Thing.
We'll take a small break here.
Yes, sure.
Hozik Vrinda ga Shivovam haibibasi wakal phana thamba haibasi yamna maru oi haksang phatragadi haksang phage haragadi wakhan phaba darka tai akoina phata wakhan khanba akogi emotion akogi pungning wakal asina akogi haksang da yam thina achauwa chaitheng Bangami, Adagi Shivovam Habibasina, a workout mayam option mayam lay, was a CrossFit, Adagi Pilates, Adagi Karika, mayam weightlifting, mayam lay, treadmill, the Ranto Bokotpa, do Amhek the labor, online YouTube video, Krayangaga, I modeled my figure oining, Haina Amhek the choose Pangto Bodo, Adu Asingba Oiroi, Adum Ishagi lifestyle Duga Chanaba. adagi kari no khoina pami base habado chap chaba yamna phabado adu choose tawraga admaina workout do choose tawbona aphabo egani haina takpi bani adu matang aswai de break amta lawjagi break ki matungda amka hanna Vrinda ga Shivovam ga wari sanaduna physical fitness ki matang da amka hanna khangwina kishi break ki matungda amka hanna taram nokchari Shivovam, before the break you were talking about different options that are available, but the need to choose the right one, which is good for us. So yesterday on November 17, a fitness gym of Shivfit was opened in Manipur for the first time, first of its kind. So I would like to know how many centers are there across India.
So we have currently 3 of our own centers in Bombay. One is in Juhu, which is the oldest and the first one of its kind in India. It was started in 2009. The second one is in Bandra. The third one is in Lower Parel. And we've just signed on a few franchises, which one has opened up in Thane. The second one has opened up in Manipur for the first time. And
we have 4 more coming
up. 4 more coming up. So Ahmedabad, Pune, Nanded, Powai, Karnataka, these are in the pipeline.
I have done little digging, and then I came to know that both of you are celebrity trainers, and some of the leading Bollywood stars have been trained by you. So since you are based in Mumbai, people over here, though the center is there, we will not be able to get access to you personally every time, though you might come and visit us time and again. So how would you train or provide a facility that is actually with you?
So the way the franchise basically works is that right from setting up the place to the training is completely our responsibility. And if you go to the one in Manipur, which is run by Rahul and Umakant, you'll see that they've done a fantastic job with setting up the entire facility, because right from the equipment to the way it's designed, it's beautiful.
And they come down to Bombay to train, to do the proper
refresher course every time.
Yes, they do a proper course for 6 weeks, and they will be coming down for refreshers as well.
And the training as well. So basically how we work is, all the gyms are Shivfit gyms. On that particular day they follow exactly the same workout.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. So whether you're in Manipur, but of course when a franchise opens new, for the first 2 months, we give them a separate kind of a workout, a little bit more on the beginner scale, so that the trainers, so that the clients get used to it. And then after 2 months, they follow the same workout, which is being followed by all the gyms across wherever the Shivfit gyms are. So we want to basically give people that freedom, that if today you are in Manipur, tomorrow you're in Bombay, you come there, it's the same workout. So it automatically starts adding that little healthy competition. You get to know what people are doing in Bombay. Bombay people get to know what Manipur people are doing. So everyone's posting their scores online. Becomes like a fun and game thing as well.
Now, one thing which concerns me is, like in Manipur, yeah, obviously there are people who have lots of money, but again, there are common people who don't have much, who have financial constraint. So will your gym be able to cater to those common people?
The best part is there's nobody common. Everybody is very extraordinary.
Yeah, that's a term we find in books.
Nobody is common. So what the Mind Workshop actually teaches you also is how to make a lot of money, so that you can join the gym as well.
But yes,
but jokes apart,
Rahul and Umakant have worked pretty, they already had an existing gym, so they have a little understanding of the market.
What's in the market
in Manipur. And yes, it is very specific, it's specialized training. It's not like your regular gyms, so it's not the same. The prices are a little bit more than the regular gyms, but still it's very affordable to every single person, right from students to people, housewives, to the regular gym goers. And of course on and off with different festivals coming up and everything, different festive offers, discounts, all that stuff will be there as well.
See, it's a win-win, no? See, either you can afford it, or we teach you the Mind program that you have earned so much money and you can afford it. It's a win-win.
So do you have both Mind program and the fitness program in a single day, or is it alternate days? How do you provide?
See, the the training program happens every day. The mind workshop is what I personally conduct. Wherever it is, I go and conduct it, which happens, it's a 3-hour workshop where you learn the whole science and the mechanics and the practice. The practice is done by the person who's doing it every single day in their homes, in the comfort of their homes. And we go for I go back for the refresher in a month or 2 months or 3 months as they desire.
So you'll be visiting all the center turn by turn and then share your...
Absolutely.
Now I got the question in between, but before the break, Vrinda, you were about to tell us about intoxication. Could you please come back to that?
See, you know, there a lot of research was done in London and they found that 75% of the population to 70 or 75% of the population was not actually capable of relaxing without alcohol, which is very strange. Alcohol could be a choice that somebody likes the taste and they want to enjoy it, but to not be able to relax without alcohol is a very strange phenomenon. So, and with not being able to relax, addictions as well, whether it is smoking, it's just excessive behavior. What is an addiction? It is excessive. That is what addiction literally means. The moment my mind is not balanced, is not centered, that's the only time when I can overdo something, including food. If my mind is perfectly balanced and I'm aware of the environment inside my system, there is a trigger in my stomach. Moment it is 3/4 full, I will get a signal to the brain. Normal human body will get a signal goes to the brain, and the brain will tell you you're full. It's when there is too much stuff, stress, there's constantly something going on inside your head, would you be not in tune with that system and eat excessively. The same is with every addiction. You would not feel like smoking if your mind is in balance, is in harmony with your system. You won't feel it. It's no judgment. I'm not saying it's morally right or not, to drink is morally right or not. The simple fact that it is not something which is conducive to life. My system is very well aware of what is conducive to life. Human system. To begin with, that's what it is. But if it has gone out of alignment, that is the time when you would even pick up that cigarette to smoke. I don't think people even enjoy smoking. It becomes such a habit that leaving it becomes a problem. How is taking in smoke and throwing smoke out actually enjoyable? First, it starts off as a trend. So anything that you pick up, any issue that you might see around you today, will just come to the base of it, will always be a very unaware mind. When you do things without awareness, you would just do things not very conducive to your well-being.
So how do we create this self-awareness? Any tips? Apart from joining the program,
you at least, if something is not working for you, you do something about it. Don't just say stress is a part. I mean, stress is just happens to everybody, so it can happen to me. Everybody's smoking, so I'm also smoking. Everybody's drinking, so I'm also drinking. Everybody has a six-pack, so I should also have a six-pack. No, everyone has an intelligence, at least should have their own intelligence. You develop that intelligence and think for yourself. You have to become responsible. You can't just say, okay, we have pressures and we have this and we have that and there's internet and technology is bad and too much exposure. That's all. I think they're excuses. The more the exposure, the more responsible you become. And you have to take that responsibility. Somewhere, every individual has to take that responsibility for themselves. For this piece of life, I am responsible. So I need to take some step to align my mind so that I can take the right decisions which are conducive to life for the system.
And even if you just start asking why.
Why am I drinking? Why am I smoking? Why am I doing this? At least
we have that answer, just that we are not able to say no to it.
Yes.
But that will come, like you said, can we do it? Are there any shortcuts to it? Or are there any tips? Please, when you were a child, did they give you a tip? Okay, you write an A like this. No, they first took your hand and made you write that A. And then you wrote it again and again and again for months.
Practice.
practice, practice, practice till you got it. And today it's effortless. Today if I ask you, is it tough for you to write an A? No, you don't think about it. Without thinking you can write it. The same way, because we have not learned to how to stay focused on something for a certain period of time. Unless we do that, we can't master it. We can't master the A. That's the same way we can't master the mind unless we dedicate time and practice it regularly. Then it has to happen.
Now this is for those who know that, who have acknowledged that I have addiction, I want to overcome. But there are people who knows that this is bad, drinking is bad, smoking is bad, but still they continue. They have no complaints, they are happy. Only the family members are suffering because my husband, my friend, or he's going on with his bad habits, but that particular person doesn't have that consciousness. So how do we bring that person to consciousness?
You can only take care of yourself.
We can't take care of others.
You can't. They will have to become responsible. You can bring the information to them. You can take the animal to the water, but you can't make him drink it.
Yeah, right.
So same for this human animal as well. And once it would take a very strange mind. I would not talk about a particular person or someone else. A very strange mindset which sees a problem and does nothing about it. Then they'll face the consequences. So that is it. You become responsible. If I go down this road, I'm bound to face certain consequences. If I don't want those consequences, then I'd rather rectify something right now. Otherwise, even putting that graphic picture on the cigarettes is still not stopping people from smoking. Yeah. But trust me, if you bring the mind in alignment, somehow, because people who are addicted to stuff, their mind has to be out of balance. That's a fact. You will not overdo anything if your mind is not out of balance. If your mind is out of balance, then there are a lot of things which would be disturbing you. So somewhere a need to bring some perspective to situation, some, to enhance life in a better way. Somewhere, if that need starts, then there's everything that can be done. But the need has to start in the person. You can't enforce it from the outside.
So then, how does your Shivfit mind program, how will you make those who come for the training, in the gym, how will you make them realize this if it can't be enforced from outside?
They already do. They already actually realize.
They come for the class, then they realize.
No, there are a lot of people
who are already struggling with all of this.
Who who read the post, who at first probably don't want. They feel like they don't need to attend the mind program. It is just when the awareness or the information is bombarded on them through social media that one fine day they say, okay, now I'll come in and attend it. It happens to a lot of people in a gym.
It's just a matter of time. You can see the WHO predictions for 2020 is not that obesity is going to be a problem or cancer is going to be a problem. It is anxiety and depression.
Psychological problem.
Our job is to educate people, which we are doing through our
and
medium.
Give the practice and give the solution.
And then once they're ready to accept that education, then of course then we are there to.
But first is education. Like you're doing a part of the education right now. If anybody is watching the show, they would connect to some bits, logic would appeal to them.
You're right.
And yes, probably out of 10 people, even if 2 get it, that is also 2 lives. 2 lives is not less. 10, the remaining 8 will come.
Slowly but surely.
They have to. Otherwise systems will collapse. Because the kind of exposure that we had is while growing up, the exposure is very different for the kids that are growing up today.
Right.
The whole internet, the whole world is open to them. And the systems are crashing because there is no foundation of a solid mind. The system, their impression,
they are addicted too much on internet, gaming. And
every single thing is addictive. Every single thing. The gaming is addictive. They start drinking a cold drink, that becomes addictive. Strange
things are presented in so very tempting manner through all this social media.
Because there is no deep awareness of how things are moving. I know you bombard something to my mind 50,000 times, my mind will believe it to be true. So I will block the information, which is not working for me. You can show me 1001 alcohol ads or medication ads or this medicine makes you feel good. I will not do it because I have that much intelligence. I've developed that intelligence within me that I can distinguish this works for my system, this is not going to work for my system. Simple ads for loans have become so easy. Get the financial, just loan, pay some other day. Take a loan, credit card loans, this loan. Children have credit card loans.
Which is really bad.
Which is, I'm not saying good or bad. I would spend.
But it will have negative consequence.
If you can't afford it, why do you want
credit.
it? Become work. I won't say work hard. I don't believe in the concept of working hard. I believe in a concept, work happy. If you're working, you work happy, it will give you great results. You get into that rut of working hard, you will lose the joy of life. Even if it is nothing so great, but do some work which makes you happy.
Happiness is the most important thing at the end.
Yes. If you're not happy, you're not fit. You can't be fit. Your cells would change inside.
Yeah. The topic is really interesting and I could go on and on, but since time is limited, we'll have to end the episode here. But before we wind up, do you have any special message for our audience? Sorry.
Shivam, you want to go first? I would really just say, take charge of your life. Become responsible. Because if you don't, then who will? You can't keep blaming, oh, that one did this to me, and that one did this to me. What did I do to me? It starts from that. So become responsible. Moment you take responsibility, the ways will open up for you. That's a fact.
Thank you so much once again, Vrinda, Shivovam, for coming to our studio and in this very short span of time. And then you have explained in depth regarding the significance of keeping both mind and body healthy, to be healthy, to be completely healthy. Thank you so much once again, and we wish you all the best. And since you'll be leaving very soon, safe journey from Impact News.
And I'm sure this interview makes an impact.
I hope so.
Thank you.
Ngasigi di Impact News ki Impact Health Link for a Healthy Manipur program si matang shwai de loislakli mathangi episode ta atopa expert ma puduna lakchage haraga myam dagi kanina waya thangni jari. Thank you.